Here's one for you. Saul Tarsus was a Jewish rabbi who was persecuting the Christians until he himself had a vision of Jesus, became a Christian, changed his name to Paul. That's the way a lot of people understand it. False. The people he was persecuting were not called Christians at that time. They were not called Christians until Acts 11. And Christians did not mean members of another denomination or religion. It's apparently a disparaging term, just if, forgive me for using my name, but for simplicity's sake, if people were following me and they were nicknamed Brownites. There's these followers of this Christ one. It was not a positive word or a theological explanation. It was a derogatory term. And in fact, 1 Peter 4 talks about this. If you suffer for that name, don't be ashamed. And the word Christian occurs only 3 times in the New Testament. Acts 11, Acts 26, and 1 Peter 4. That's it. Yeshua the Messiah, his mother Miriam. Disciples like Yochanan and Matidyahu. Those that later came along like Shaul. Saul of Tarsus, growing up as a Roman citizen, according to our best understanding, from birth had at least 2 names. Saul, his Hebrew name, and Paul, his Greek name. He was not persecuting Christians because such a thing as Christians did not exist. Nor did he have a vision of Jesus and convert to Christianity. There was no such thing as Christianity. And God did not send his Son into the world, incarnate as a Jewish rabbi, to start a new religion called Christianity. He came to fulfill what was written in Moses and the prophets. He came to bring the kingdom of God and bring a spiritual and moral revolution. Saul, who was also Paul, was persecuting fellow Jews who believed in Yeshua. He had a life-encountering vision of Yeshua, heard him speak, and was transformed, and continued to be Saul, preaching to his people, and is not called Paul until Acts 13. And the reason there seems to be that he is thrust out now on his Gentile mission, and thus would be mainly known as Paul, and that's why he signs his epistles and identifies himself as Paul, because he's going to the Gentiles. But it's not that he was Saul the Jew, and then he got saved, became Paul the Christian. Saul, bad. Paul, good. These false dichotomies are completely unscriptural.